We literally do this video every week. We send out a call out tweet. Hundreds of people reply with what they want to talk about, except this week when I asked people to tell me what I got wrong this season. A fantasy football writer is asking people to say what they did wrong, and no one wants to give them on the internet. Maybe I'm just really good at my job. Last week, we talked about what you people got wrong in the 2019 fantasy football season. This week, we're going to turn the spotlight back on me. I'm going to look in the mirror. We're going to talk about what I got wrong in the 2019 fantasy football season for the Week 6 edition of the Fantasy Football Survival Kit. We're going to talk about what players I was too high on. We're going to talk about which predictions I screwed up, and so much more. Please take it easy on me. Let's get right into it. This first one comes in from @Hoff0505. I also shouldn't have listened to my own advice and taken Devonta Freeman in the third round of so many damn fantasy drafts. Look, I was high on Freeman as a guy that should be the centerpiece in the backfield for a very good offense, and the Falcons have been annoying me for years for how terrible they are at running the ball and how god-awful they are on defense. I don't know why I always try to buy in on these aging rebound backs. It never works out for me. Next. This one comes in from @Jimbo and yeah, I deserve this one. OJ Howard, the Buccaneers tight end, might have been my biggest miss. I thought that OJ Howard would really be a strong tight end guy, be a top 3 player at the position. That is not working out at all. He's not running enough routes. He's doing too much blocking, and Chris Godwin is soaking up all the volume. And look, I love Chris Godwin, but a little bit more love to OJ Howard's way would have been nice. Next. This one comes in from @BigCatCountry, the SB Nation Jaguars blog. We didn't yet know that Gardner Minshew was going to be one of the phenoms of the 2019 NFL season, and this is a great example of why I'm happy to be wrong sometimes. I'm glad that he's one of the most fun things happening so far this season. I'm glad that the Jaguars are an interesting offense to watch with him behind center. Jaguars, keep proving me wrong and definitely keep him under center. Next. This one comes in from @KevinHeiser2, and it's a little bit of a leading question. What was your stance on Baker Mayfield this year? I know no one cares about my fantasy leagues, but I'm going to tell you about the Apex Writers League. Every year in this league, I make the same mistake. Quarterbacks fall down the board. I'm gonna take the sliding quarterback. It was goddamn Baker Mayfield that I ended up taking in round 11 because, hey, it's way past his ADP. I went from first place to 5th place because I keep screwing up the quarterback position in this league. After this week, I'm finally cutting Baker Mayfield from this damn fantasy team. Next. This one comes in from @Silliness. Cute 718. Those sunglasses in your default picture. Yes, do I go a little cheap with my prescription sunglasses? Yes, I do. Those things cost like damn $500 in a department store. They pay me well here at Yahoo Sports, but not that well. Next. This one comes in from @Anthony Humby, and it is a pretty well done meme of one of my Curtis Samuel preseason prediction tweets. And yeah, I did think everything was coming together for Curtis Samuel. Everything coming together didn't include his former MVP quarterback getting hurt. Am I making a bit of an excuse here? Sure, but I also think that Curtis Samuel, the breakout is happening on tape. He looks great. And sure, don't at me with your, well, maybe I can get points in my fantasy league for his well-run routes. Leave me alone. Curtis Samuel's good. Next. This one comes in from NTodd51. He says, I have 3 shares of Curtis Samuel, but I forgive you because I won my league years ago because of your first love, Allen Robinson. Let's forget about Curtis Samuel for right now. When he's good again, yes, we will talk about Curtis Samuel and how much I love him. But for right now, let's talk about how Allen Robinson is having a great year. He just scored 2 touchdowns with their backup quarterback. Yeah, let's stay positive here in the Fantasy Football Survival Kit. Next. This one comes in from @BTWalker23, and it's another Curtis Samuel tweet. Okay, Curtis Samuel hasn't popped yet. It hasn't happened so far, but it's still early. He's playing with the backup quarterback who people think is good because he threw 4 touchdowns against the damn Cardinals. Yeah, Kyle Allen's keeping the ship afloat. That's what you do as a backup quarterback. McCaffrey's the engine of the offense. You don't just elevate all these secondary pass catchers. That's just, we didn't think this was what the season was gonna be. Next, this one comes in from @Jigs04, and it's another Curtis Samuel tweet, but he's reminding us that he's an air yards by low. He still believes, and I still believe in Curtis Samuel too, damn it. The opportunity is still there. The talent is still there. Maybe it happens when Cam Newton comes back later in the season. Maybe it happens in 2020, but it will eventually happen. I am gonna die on Curtis Samuel is great hill. I'm gonna die on that hill, but you all do have to watch me publicly do it online all the time. So who's the real loser in this situation? Next. This one comes in from @CallieMac, and he says, you were a little high on OBJ, but I don't really care. Odell Beckham was my wide receiver 2 overall in fantasy this year. I didn't think that Baker Mayfield was going to be a total dust ball and even worse than Eli Manning when I made that preseason prediction, but if you don't care, I sure don't care. Next. This one comes in from @salty_don't_care, and it's peanut butter. As always, yes, I think peanut butter is actually kind of bad. I'm aware that it is an undefensively bad take, but here's a pro tip for you people. When you go on a first date, ask your partner, what is your worst take? What's your most trash take? Your undefensively bad opinion. I always say that I think peanut butter is actually kind of bad. You learn a lot about a person when you get them to reveal the worst thing that they think. Next. This one comes in from @M_Harmon, and yes, this is my damn sister roasting me for texting her to pick Davante Adams 7th overall. Number one, does it hurt my feelings that from the months of August to December, all my sister texts me about is, should I start Miles Sanders or some other running back that she has on her team? Yeah, second point, I've given you way worse advice in your life. I know this for a fact. Way worse advice in your life as a brother than as a fantasy analyst to pick Davante Adams 7th overall. Things were going pretty good for Davante, especially when he was dumping on the Eagles right before he got hurt. Davante Adams has been fine. Maybe you just need to adjust your expectations. And also, maybe you could text me about my personal life every now and again. Got a lot of stuff going on there too. Next. This one comes in from @BeardedShotgun, and it's Cam Newton being QB1 this year. Yeah, Cam Newton's hurt. Most things in this league come down to who's healthy and who's not. And Cam Newton's hurt. Me, right? Next. This one comes in from @SlowChris9, and it is a gif of Oscar from The Office saying the real mistake, I think, was the beard. If you think me with the beard is bad, let me tell you, if I shave this off, I will literally look like I'm 5. You don't want that. I don't want that. Definitely don't want that when my job relies on being an on-camera adult. Next. This last one comes in from @JustinSmith something. I don't know. I cut it off my paper like an idiot. Matt, can you comment on your boy Dante Pettis? Is he a drop in 16-spot 12-man leagues at this point? Something's going on with Dante Pettis. There's a rift between him and Kyle Shanahan to the point that he wasn't getting much preseason playing time or training camp run with the starters, and it seems like something's in his head after showing great on his rookie film last year, and this is a reminder that we just don't have all the information. And yeah, we covered all the stuff you guys got wrong in last week's episode, and some things that I may or may not have been incorrect on in this one, hard to say. But the point is, we're all doing the best we can with the information that we have, and with that, it's just down to good luck. So that is going to do it for this week's edition of the Fantasy Football Survival Kit. I'm feeling a little bit drained after some of the personal attacks on me. However, you guys are keeping me grounded. You're keeping me centered, and we can all keep each other grounded and centered by joining the Facebook group, the Fantasy Football Survival Kit, and engaging with each other there. I'll see you online.